Hello, this is Castle of Castle Does, and I have some more Subnautica action. Okay, so let's get started. At this point, I'm actually doing really well. I'm ahead of schedule, sort of. I didn't have, a whole lot on my plate at the time. I guess maybe they were expecting that I would work a little slower, but uh, everything works out just fine. I am almost done just blocking out this entire all 6 batches. But blocking out is untextured. Theoretically, no matter how far ahead I get, there's always room for art. So it wasn't really that big of a problem uh, to finish my work a bit early. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just you have an easier time than others. Everything worked out perfectly fine. So I'm just literally kind of feeling out all of these little trenchy areas right here. Kind of getting some base geo in place. Now, what's next after I get the geometry in place is once I finish the block mesh, which is usually blocks. I guess with voxels, it's a little different, but it feels odd calling it a block mesh when it's all blocks that are being not blocks anymore because they're smooth. Okay, so once block mesh is in place, you do gameplay. So gameplay is a dynamic spawning system using point entities that are hand placed in space that are then it calculates dynamically what should spawn where, which makes things really straightforward. So right here, I had to delete the old big tower that I made, so because it was too much and too small of a space. So what I did here was I went, okay, I'm going to take the tower out to an area all on its own. It's a whole entire batch over, a little bit further over, and I'm going to make this tower even bigger and cooler. This tower is massive. Like, you'll swim up the side of it. Oh my god, it's a Minecraft version. I really wanted to smooth out the top of the tower, and that is mainly because I wanted to put a little tiny joke tower on top of this one that was even funnier. Alright? So, like, I mean, pow. Look. It doesn't happen right away, but there's going to be a tinier tower on that sucker. And it is the most perfect tiny tower on top of a really big tower. I mean, that tower is so large that, like, if you're on the surface of the water and you look down, and this water is deep, this fucking ocean is huge. So, like, well, I mean, it's an ocean. More like an entire planet. It's freaking crazy. But if you're on the surface, you'll be able to look down and you'll actually see this tower. It's a freaking crazy tower. Okay, so now I'm dropping in the slot entities. Slots for gameplay. This is loot. Creatures are different. At the time when I was first placing them, all the creatures and all the slots, the creatures were square too. You couldn't even tell, like, oh my god, is it a creature or is it loot? So I started making the creatures float off of the ground a little bit because, they don't necessarily need to be on the ground. It's the only way to really tell. I don't know. I have a feeling that the slot entity thing that's just going to continually going to have to either go back and touch up areas or and I don't know. It's going to be a process, that's for sure. And luckily, it doesn't take very long to place them in because thank God, Unity allows me to just drop it on the ground automatically. I don't have to use my Z window every time I plop in an entity. I don't have to use my drag a widget or something every single time I drop something in. It drops that shit right on the fucking ground. Thank you, Unity. Thank you. Thank you for not killing puppies. Thank you. No, really. Oh, tiny tower. Sorry, I got distracted by not killing puppies. Yeah. And then I put a tiny loot slot on the tower. Okay, so the tower is awesome. Alright, I hope everybody who plays the game finds that tower and sees the little tower on it. I'm gonna hide a smiley face in here somewhere. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do it. Ah man, it's gotta be something. Maybe I don't know. It'll be a little while from now. There's a lot of geometry. Like hand doing an entire world space like this, it's massive. It's freaking huge. So there's plenty of chances for a smiley face. It's gonna happen. I can guarantee it. All right. Well, that was that for the 24th. All right. See you guys again soon.